they chose not to. They chose not to. Yeah, they want to start tomorrow. Yeah. Chinese? Ah. Well, the problem is they don't live on campus. They live outside. Because they were among the new students who were accepted that MCU and IVC cannot accommodate. You know. So they had to take a bus. Yeah. Who's outside? Oh. Yeah. Okay, page 353. You guys ready? 353. Which paragraph? Ah, so that's how I got my name, Jivaka. I think we should start on the captain call to the prince. So, yeah. The captain called to the prince. It's a newborn baby boy, Your Highness. The prince asked, "Is he still alive?" "Yes, my lord, he is," replied the captain. So that's how I got my name. Jivaka in the local dialect translates as alive. Did you see the irony in the prince spotting me on the rubbish heap when he might actually have been my own father? Another irony is that my surname, Amarabacha, translates as son of the prince, as a physician. The prince raised you as his son, didn't he? Asked Sopapa. Yes, Venerable Sir, he did. He had me taken to the palace, and from that day forward, he brought me up as his own. When I was 16 years old, realizing that I had no secure position or legal status in the royal household, I decided that I needed to learn a profession so I could earn a living. With the prince's permission, I went off to Taxila, where I studied medicine under Professor Disavamoka. I studied hard and did my best to learn everything my teacher could teach me. After 7 years, I asked him when my medical training would be complete. In response to my question, he handed me a spade and said to travel 1 mile outside the city, and then circle around it and dig up any plant that didn't have medicinal value. He said to bring these back to him. I did as my teacher said, but unfortunately I came back to him empty-handed. I said, "Master, I found no plants without medicinal value. Each and every one of them can cure some malady or disease." My teacher said, "Congratulations, Jivaka. You have just graduated." Bakula says, You learned your lessons well, Jivaka. Everything is useful, and all things are interconnected in some mysterious way, including a plant's usefulness for healing human bodies. Jivaka smiles at the elder monk. Jivaka smiles at the elder monk and says, "Yes, even plants are part of conditioned reality." Just as the Buddha taught, I sincerely hope that doctors in the future become familiar with nature to the same extent my teacher at Taxila was, so its secret can be unlocked for the benefit of all humanity. I also hope that nature is respected so that each and every species of plant and animal can be protected, and others still unknown, interconnected conditions of reality can be discovered for the purposes of healing. Tell us about your early success as a physician, said Dr. smiling. My teacher gave me some money to get me started on my career, begins Jivaka. But on the way to Rajagaha, my funds ran out. I really wasn't worried though, because I knew that there were sick people everywhere that could use my services, and that many of them would be able to pay. When I got to Saketa, which isn't far from there, I asked around if there was anyone who needed medical treatment. Someone told me about a woman who had suffered from headaches for 7 years. She had been treated by the best physicians in the area, but no one had been able to help her. It took me a while to arrange it, but eventually I was able to see this lady for a consultation. I realized that I could heal the woman, and I made my payment conditional on her full recovery. I treated her with some medicinal ghee that I made up, and she got well. Her husband, a millionaire, paid me 16,000 gold coins, a chariot, and 2 servants, says Jivaka. That's not bad for a young doctor just out of medical school, comments Vali smiling. I was totally overwhelmed, says Jivaka. I went home and placed these earnings at the feet of my adopted father, Prince Apia. I wanted to show my appreciation to him for raising me. He refused to accept the money though, suggesting that I use it to build myself a house in the city, which I did. My next big break came when I was able to hear about these King Janta Pachota of a life-threatening illness. He paid me 500 cartloads of rice, 16,000 ticos of silver, 2 priceless pieces of cloth made of kasi, and 1,000 pieces of other fine cloth. Then I performed a surgical procedure on a millionaire from Varanasi, who also rewarded me handsomely. Later, I successfully treated my grandfather, King Bimbisara, who wished to reward me with 500 sets of ornaments, but I refused. I accepted instead the office of royal physician. I also became physician for the Buddha and the Sangha, says Jivaka smiling. Wasn't the Buddha staying near these caves at that time? Asked Mahayana. Yes, he was, replied Jivaka, at the old monastery that used to be on the eastern slope of this mountain. King Bimbisara sent me to see the Buddha who was suffering at the time from constipation. I offered him 3 handfuls of blue lilies, which had been soaked in medicinal water. Something inspired me to ask the Lord to kiss this potion, which he did, and he was cured almost instantly. I dearly loved the Buddha and wanted to do everything I could to accommodate him. I had robes made for him out of the priceless Kasi cloth, and the robes for the monks made out of the 1,000 pieces of other cloth I had received, says Jivaka smiling. I was there when you presented those gifts to him and the Sangha members, begins Anodota. The Buddha preached a sermon to you, and instantly you attained Sotapanna. Jivaka's face radiates happiness as he remembers the sacred occasion vividly. The Buddha appreciated your services more than you will ever know, Jivaka, says Ananda. I don't even have to tell you how grateful I was for your coming to see him almost every day. The honor was all mine, Venerable Sir, replied Jivaka. But, as you know, going to see him on a daily basis at the monastery here on the mountain was time-consuming. So I decided to use the money I had earned to build a monastery for him in my mango grove. I wanted the Buddha to be closer to town so I could see him more often. That's when you started coming to see him almost 3 times a day, said Ananda. I think we should stop here. Okay. Who wants to be the first victim? Volunteer, sorry. You guys want to use a microphone? I think this one is really long. For the online students. Yeah, this is very long.
The local to take life will see the calendar in the green working in the right, which might actually have been my first another is that naturally should make the of the position. The great life of your person stand. You can keep us he had been taken to the quality and the project for what he brought me. And after his home, when I was 15 years old, realizing that I had no certain position or legal stay in the royal household, I decided that I needed to learn a profession so I could earn a life. With this mission, I went off to Tarsila, where I studied medicine under Professor JIVAKA. I studied art.
For the online students, we are on page 353. I will type it in the chat box.
I responded to my question. He helped me to invent and save it.
My mic is not clear?
And
yeah, it's not very loud.
he teaches that. But eventually, I came back to humanity and I said, Mother, I thought not life without medicinal value. Each and every one of them can cause some malady or
Okay, now we are on the first page of 354. My teacher said.
My teacher said, congratulations to you have this Fabula said, every day you spoke audience and you said 30 years and you did useful as a body in human body. The last man said yes, evidence about the condition, reality, or yes, or astrological thoughts. I'm sorry that Dr. Don't choose your because of the to say Esther my business second was so. It is a secret can be handled by beneficial or humanity. I'm also on that besides measure is earth there so there's a every speed of less and more or can be more better other sphere on the condition or reality and be discovered for the level or be only success as physicians and my mission of medicine and research to gain standard in careers begin to that. Later on the way to the my friend out. I'm really wasn't worried before. I mean, that there was a city people everywhere that could use my service. I mean, there are many others who will be able to pay. When I go to Saki, that which is part of the as around. Every day I wasn't anyone who made them to what she someone told me about women with suffering from addiction for 7 years. She had been treated by the best addiction in the area. But no one had been able to help her. It showed me wisely. It showed me a way to earth to bed. Eventually, I was able to receive this meeting for observation. I realized that I told the woman I'm reading English information on a few about it. Actually, when the son of medicine or this I made she got good. As the family and family sustained of the sustained of the voice raised to some says that's not better for the young doctor just other medical work comments from the student.
Verse 28, Yavana says your last and one who change image at the face of mine and to Lord Mother is I order to show my application to him for recently. He refers to assess there's money from second that I used it to raise myself and those in the CD with ideas. My next great campaign, I was there to choose a very kind Jordan of the life. They are taking the life. He made me fight and work, cause lots for life. Children of them thinkers of silver.
Tipples of silver.
Two like this. Pieces of just made in a sea and 1,000 price. So it's what other kind of
then I perform as I get procedure. One millionaire from Varanasi, who also rewarded me handsomely. Later, I successfully treated my grandfather, KêNH Sarah, who wished to reward me with 5 precious ornaments, but I refused. I accepted instead the officer's 1-year decision. I also became physician for the daughter in Sangha said Jivaka smiling. Wasn't the Buddha staying near these caves at that time at Mahayana? Yes, he was, replied Jivaka. At the old monastery that used to be on the eastern slope of this mountain, King Vaisara sent me to see the Buddha who was suffering at the time from constipation. I offered him 3 handfuls of balloon leaves which had been soaked in medicine and water. Something inspired me to ask the Lord to kiss this ocean. When he did, and he was cured almost instantly.
Okay, very good. Sorry, we don't have much time. We have to take a break 10 minutes before 4 o'clock. That way we can have 30 minutes for pronunciation or phonetics. No. Okay, let's go back to page 353, shall we? Okay. The captain called to the prince. It's a newborn baby boy, Your Highness. You guys understand, right? Any questions? No questions? Okay. Yes, my lord, he is, replied. Sorry. The prince asked, is he still alive? Yes, my lord, he is, replied the captain. So that's how I got my name. You guys understand? Your Highness, those 2 words are used together to address any member of a royal family, okay? So when you speak to a king, a queen, a prince, a princess, or anyone in the royal family, you must address them as Your Highness. You never address them by name, okay? You never say, for example, if the queen's name is Sarah, for example, you never address the queen as Sarah. You have to say Your Highness. Yeah. Yes, similar to Your Majesty. But I think Your Majesty is only used for the king and queen. Well, you're the king. I'm not sure. Yeah. In England, they still use these terms because they still have, kings and queens. In America, we don't have kings and queens, so they don't teach us these terms in school. But you can also, but you can always look it up. Yeah. I believe Your Majesty is only used for the king. Let me double check. Majesty.
Please.
Yes. So Your Majesty is used for like the king or queen.
How about
Yes, they're not pronounced.
Your Highness.
They're not pronounced, I guess.
Majesty.
Majesty.
Yeah, Majesty.
Majesty.
Your Majesty.
Fine.
box? Yeah, box. Oh, okay.
Okay.
This is the capital, captain, right? Is some leader, he managed this shop. We also call the captain, right? Or
Captain.
leader.
Yeah, captain is a leader.
Leader by from the pole, from the big pole.
Yeah, the captain of a ship. The captain of a ship. Yeah. So he's the one giving orders. He has power. Okay, you have to listen to the captain.
So here the is the leader, right? You cannot manage the whole.
Yeah. Yeah, he's probably like some captain in like a military or something. Most likely, because he was with a king. Yeah. So the captain is the one in command. Yeah. Okay. Jivaka. in the local dialect translates as alive. Wow, this is terrible. Sorry, this is terrible. Why am I forgetting this word? Punctuation. Terrible punctuation. So that's how I got my name. So Jivaka, comma, in the local dialect, comma, translates as alive. So it's really confusing. The semicolon? Dialect. So dialect is like a subset of a language. So you can have one language but many dialects, different like variations. Yeah. For example, in Laos, they have like different ethnic groups, but each ethnic group might have different dialects. Like for example, like the Khmer people, they have different dialects, but they're still considered one people. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure it's the same thing in Myanmar. So for the Arkan language, is it just one Arkan language, or do you guys have different dialects?
In China, in Mandarin,
Like sometimes different accent, different words. Do you guys have that?
dialect and Beijing language, but we are the official language, and we but we are communicating. But different cities, they are like the local language.
Yeah. So how many dialects do you guys have in the Arkan language? Like for example, they are Arkan, but their accent is a little different. Some words are different. Yeah. So how many dialects do you guys have?
Too many, we cannot.
Yeah.
We can language, we can say much.
Sorry? Okay, so the language that's spoken in Shanghai, how many dialects of the Shanghai language?
Another private that's Chongqing.
Yeah.
And Yunnan, they are different.
Very different. So they cannot communicate with each other. So is there one language with different dialects? It's like it's the same language, but it's slightly different. Yeah, some words are different, and some of the accent might be different. Do you understand? And that's a dialect.
Yes.
Two dialects.
It's not the same, but we can understand each other. They have different accent, different information, like in Myanmar.
Oh, you mean like in the Burmese language? So in the Burmese language has two dialects. Lower.
And also, we can understand each other.
Yeah. So that's a dialect. It's the same language, but it's just slightly different. Yeah, the way they pronounce certain words, some words might be different. Their accent might be different. Yeah, but it's the same language.
Sometimes we have different words.
Yeah, different words. Yes, different words, different pronunciation, accent, but it's still the same language. Yeah.
Sometimes the word we use in about the word seem totally different, totally opposite.
Yeah. Yeah, that's language, you know. Yeah. So one language with many different forms, but they're still the same language. But in the case of like the languages in China, that's just different languages. Because you can, like, the people in Beijing cannot communicate with the people in Sichuan, right? Yeah.
And sometimes we speak sometimes dialect.
Yeah. Or like Xi'an and yeah.
All the Chinese school will communicate with the main Chinese. Unlike the university, different.
Like very different. You cannot communicate. Yes, that's the official language. Yeah, that's the official language. Okay, let's continue, shall we? Let's see here. Did you see the irony in the prince spotting me on the rubbish heap when he might actually have been my birth father? Do you guys understand?
What did me?
He noticed him. But when you spot something, you're like, that's my brother. Yeah. So maybe like there's like 100 people, and you're like, that's my brother. Yeah. So you spot your brother. No, you can see him out of many other things. For example, you look at a crowd of people, maybe there's like 100 people. Hey, that's my brother, that's my sister, you know? So you've spotted your sister or you spotted your brother. Yeah. So you can see him and notice him and pinpoint him out of many other things or people around him. Yeah. Irony. That's a very difficult word to explain. Because he thought it could. So maybe it was possible that it could have been his birth father, but he wasn't. So wait, so who was Jivaka's father? So there was a prince, Prince Apia. So Prince Apia was the one who found Jivaka. Yeah, that's strange.
This are free and swap Jivaka
Yeah,
this is one the root we have to be this.
yeah.
But Abiyang is a sort of that's what he created. Right.
Okay, that's the irony. That's the irony right there. He spotted this baby, but he did not know that it was his. But he took it. It turns out that he was the father.
Yeah.
So that's ironic. Yeah, it's ironic that he spotted this baby and took him and raised him as his own son. Ironically, that is his son, but he thought that, oh, I found this baby on a rubbish heap, so I'm just gonna take care of it. Turns out that's his son. That's his own son. So it's very ironic. He did not know that it was his son, but he found out later that he was, in fact, his son. Do you understand? Yeah, in trash. So that's the rubbish. Rubbish is just like a bunch of trash. Yeah. So do you guys understand irony? The situation is weird and like some kind of irony. It's ironic. It's like you find a baby and you initially you think this is just some abandoned baby. And then later you find out that that's your baby. So that's ironic. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Another irony is that my surname, Kumarabacha, translates as son of the prince as a physician. So that's his surname, son of the prince. Yeah. The prince raised you as his son, didn't he? Asked Sopaka. Yes, Venerable Sir, he did. Wait, do you guys understand?
Yes.
Okay. He had me taken to the palace, and from that day forward, he brought me up as his own. When I was 16 years old, realizing that I had no secure position or legal status in the royal household, I decided that I needed to learn a profession so I could earn a living. No. Earn a living. Earn a living means earn money to support your life. Yeah. To support your needs. Yeah. So if someone asks you, what do you do for a living? They are asking you, what do you do for work to make money? Okay. So let's say you are a police officer and someone asks you, so what do you do for a living, if you don't mind me asking? Then you would say, oh, I am a police officer. They want to know what you do to make money so you can, stay alive. You can, pay for food, water, and electricity. Yeah, what's your job, basically? So what do you do for a living? Yeah. Any questions? No secure position or legal status. So secure position is like, this position is for him and only him. Yeah. It's like a prince. If you were born as a prince or a princess, then you have a secure position. Later you will become a king. Yeah. But you were born to a king, so you automatically have a secure position. Because as soon as you're born, you are a prince. That is your position.
No.
Yeah, because he was the son of a courtesan, a prostitute. Okay, that's why he had no secure position in the royal household. Okay. Any other questions? No questions. He had me taken to the palace. That means the prince told someone to take him to the palace. Yeah, he had me taken. So he told someone to take him to the palace. Any other questions? No questions? Very good, because I have no answers. Okay, I think we should take a break for 10 minutes, and when we get back, we can practice phonetics.
What's it?
One sentence. Okay, sorry. Crazy, Ajahn. Okay. With the prince's permission, I went off to Taxila, where I studied medicine under Professor Desipamoka. What does that mean in Bali, Desipamoka? Expert.
Professor.
Desipamoka. So is it just one word or like two words together?
Actually,
2 words?
Disa.
What is Disa?
Disa means place.
The West.
or west.
Ah. Oh, direction.
Yeah.
And Mocha is expert.
Pamukha means professor.
Pamoka is professor. So what's the difference between Pamoka and Acharya?
Acharya means
It is kind of
teacher.
Who's a teacher? Acharya is teacher. This is Pamoka is a professor. Higher. So like a professor. Yeah, this is Pamoka. Pamoka. Okay. Let's take a break for 8 minutes. And then we will practice phonetics. That's why 1 hour and 30 minutes is not enough. We need 2 hours, 3 hours.
And somehow we were quite about it.
No, because last time we lost 15 minutes.